And welcome back to the Daily Wrap. As Republican lawmakers threaten to once again shut down the government over Planned Parenthood funding, a number of Republican-controlled states are also looking to block funding. At least they want to investigate whether or not they should be forcing them out of business by blocking their funding, and we've got a list of who those are. Florida, Texas, South Carolina, Arizona, Kansas, Missouri, and Ohio have already begun investigations. Alabama and Louisiana have already blocked funding, while Arkansas, New Hampshire, and Utah are threatening to pull their funding as soon as next month. Now, as we've previously reported, the White House has warned that any and all states that decide to pull funding for Planned Parenthood may risk running afoul of federal Medicaid laws. Joe, I mean, does it really matter? Is there any Republican governor out there who's going to say, well, I'm worried about losing the government's, the federal government's contribution to Medicaid, therefore I'm not going to go forward with pulling the funding?
Outside of John Kasich in Ohio? No,
Yeah.
Probably not, right? The White House, it's curious how much they're defending Planned Parenthood here, considering that they're completely on the wrong side of this from a PR perspective. I could guarantee in a day or two we're going to see another video, because apparently they have 20. So, yeah, to your point, I don't think they're going to lose any sleep over losing Medicaid funding.
Does it trouble you at all, Rachel, that it's become so political? I mean, look, we've all seen these videos. We're all distressed by these videos. I know, somebody like myself who has long supported Planned Parenthood, although I'm not a big fan of abortion, I said an investigation is absolutely called for here, and I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't gotten a Justice Department investigation yet. But are the states jumping the gun for political reasons, and is that really the right way to do this?
No, I don't think they're jumping the gun. I think even before these videos came out, the American people were definitely, they don't like late-term abortions and they don't like federal funding in it. So I think that it's safe for these governors to do this, and I think personally it's moral. I think that, you know, there's a lot of similarities between the excuses made by people on abortion and, frankly, what we saw in the abolition movement. There's a lot of parallels between the abolitionist movement and the pro-life movement. People saying, I don't personally believe in it, but it's okay if other people do. I think these videos are the Uncle Tom moment. For the life issue. It is a moment where we pulled back the curtains and we actually saw what all these euphemisms were really about, and it was shocking, and it's pricked people's consciences, and I think it's changed a lot of people's minds.
Well, but here's the question, Brad. You can handle this one. I mean, I've watched the videos. Yes, they were disturbing. At the same time, we're all making, well, maybe not all of us, but we're making these presumptions as to what we think was going on there, and yet so far nobody has filed any allegations against any Planned Parenthood organization. And by the way, I think people don't realize this. That was all going on in just 3 states. Right. So you have Planned Parenthood all across the country that had nothing to do with that because they don't sell that tissue. Only 3 states do, and yet none of those 3 states are the states where the funding was pulled. So Brad, does that, I mean, how do you not say that this is anything but political?
Well, it is political and it's moral. The truth is, wherever it happened, anyone with a conscience, even if you are pro-abortion rights, is going to be disturbed, should be disturbed by the callousness. But trying to pull their funding is misguided legally, and worse, I actually believe it's anti-life. No federal dollars go to perform abortions.
Although
and I agree with that.
Agrees with that.
You really believe that?
I do believe that.
This money is fungible, and you know darn well that that money can be used for all kinds of other things.
So then let's do this, Rachel. Let's do this. Let's track the dollars spent, and let's make sure that an equal number of dollars goes to Planned Parenthood to do breast cancer screening.
Why do you want the money to go to Planned Parenthood?
First of all, I think Planned Parenthood should probably be called Prevent Parenthood, not Planned Parenthood. But that is separate from the fact that they clearly do save thousands and thousands of lives of women who get pap smears, of women who get breast cancer screening.
They give referrals for breast
No, they
cancer.
actually do some of them.
No, they actually give referrals.
Well, actually,
they do both.
Let's straighten that out. What happens is, in most places, they do have to give referrals. They don't
most
have the
they
machine.
do, not
However,
all.
in a lot of locations, they have the mobile truck that
They
We
are
have
the truck that
Obamacare
goes.
now. We have Obamacare, and we were told that it was going to take care of women's health. So there is really no.
That is a false argument.
No,
it
it's
doesn't
not.
work.
Yeah, no, I can set.
The bottom line is,
please.
the more access, the better. And the irony of this situation is that where they are anti-life, and I use that term specifically on some issues, they are pro-life on others, and it would be really helpful if we knew how to embrace
because I don't want, no, wait, I'm going to do this. Obamacare has nothing to do as a provider. It is a payment process. So when this argument is made that Obamacare was going to take care of it, Obamacare doesn't have a doctor. Planned Parenthood has doctors. Now, you may not like Planned Parenthood, but this argument that Obamacare was supposed to take care of it is silly.
They have
it's the same as saying my
that are-
insurance company is
They
supposed
have doctors,
to
however.
operate
I will
on
tell
me.
you that when 78%
All right, I gotta wrap it up, guys. So now, Joe, you take it from here, buddy.
I want to say thank you for coming. I'm a huge fan, as you know.
Thank you.
All right, when I heard that you were being booked, I said, now we're talking. Somebody who's my age, we're both 33, we grew up in the MTV
Yes.
generation, reality show. Tremendous. Thanks so much. I
Thanks
want to
for
hear
having
more
me
about
on.
Puck and the peanut butter and all
Yes,
that. That'd be
yes.
tremendous. Anyway, are these states right or wrong in their decisions to pull funding from Planned Parenthood? Go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know. Coming up next, we're going to read some of your viewer comments. Do not go anywhere.